What's going on, guys? FadeitLuie here, bringing guys a brand new video. We're gonna be doing a mid fade on my brother, so stay tuned. We started off by saturating the hair and combing everything in place, making sure our canvas is nice and neat. Now that we're done laying down the hair, we can move on to our gold FX and create our first guideline. We're gonna make sure we contour this guideline to his head shape so that the fade could follow better and it's more unique to him. Now that we're done botting him out, we can move on to our next step, but before we make our second guideline, we're gonna debulk the sides with the 3 guard all the way open. As you guys can see, I'm feeding the hair into the clipper using my comb and I'm flicking out as much as possible. I could use my clipper over comb here, but before I do that, I'm going to use my 4 guard and I'm still using the comb to feed the hair into the clipper. Now that we're done debulking the sides, we can move on to our no guard all the way open and create our second guideline. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Also, if you guys want to show some extra support, go ahead and leave a follow down on Instagram. Now that we're done setting in our second guideline, we're going to move on to our 1 guard all the way open and create our third guideline. I usually blend out the guidelines and then move on to my next step, but first I'm going to make sure I lay out my whole canvas first for you guys, and then you guys can see how I blend it out. Now we're going back to our initial guideline and we're going to slightly close our lever midway and all the way closed and attack that initial guideline to blend it out completely. Now that we're done erasing our initial guideline, we can move on to our 1 guard. As you guys can see, we're going to use this guard to slightly soften up this line and get ready for the half guard. Now that we're done softening up the line, we can move on to our half guard, and we're going to use the corners in this lever to erase the line completely. This is going to help us collect the no guard all the way open to the 1 guard all the way open. Now that we're done with our lower guards, we can move on to our 2 guard all the way open and create our 4th guideline. Now that we're done softening up the line with the 2 guard, we can move on to our 1.5 guard and erase the line completely. Sometimes after using your 1.5 guard, there's still a faint line, so switching over to your 1 guard all the way open and using your corners would definitely help. You always want to stay consistent as possible with each guideline, especially when you're trying to erase it. Moving on to our clipper over comb method, I'm going to make sure I use my vertical cuts to make sure that the fade is as smooth as possible, and I'm also going to debulk with my horizontal cuts if needed. Remember, you pick up the hair first with your comb and then you cut with your cutting blade. Moving on to our shear over comb, we're going to make sure we thin out the hair as much as possible. Remember, these shears are to always thin out the hair and debulk, they aren't to just cut hair. Now we're going to switch over to our 4 guard all the way closed and open, and we're going to debulk as much as possible near the ridge area. As you can see, there's enough bulk near the ridge area to be thinned out, so we're gonna go back to our shears and use our comb to pick up the hair. Using our thinner shears, we're going to debulk the calic area and make it as smooth as possible and make it fall without having a heavy ridge. Now that we're done with the back, we can move on to our Go to FX and line up the C-cups. I always start off at the bottom and work my way to the top arch using the corners of the blade. I'm also going as slow as possible, making sure that the hair feeds into the teeth of the trimmer. Now we're moving on to the other side of the C-cup, and we're going to make sure we're as gentle as possible and match each side and keep it as consistent as possible as we can. Now that we're done matching up our C-cups, we can move on to our shears and create our first guideline at the top of the capitus. You want to stay as consistent as possible with this guideline and also match it to the sides, which is going to help us complete the blend. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Greatly appreciated. Also, if you guys want to show some extra support, go ahead and leave a follow down on Instagram.